Scientists and doctors globally are learning lessons from the negatives and taking comfort in this positive. Far more persons have recovered from the novel coronavirus than those who have died. That leads to one hypothesis: the coronavirus disease 2019 is not a death sentence. Globally, we have heard that thousands of COVID-19 patients have recovered from the virus and a smaller number have died. Unfortunately, on Wednesday, March 18, Jamaica recorded its first COVID-19 related death. The good news, though, is that a few of the patients confirmed with the virus are showing signs of improvement. The United States Embassy in Kingston has reported that patient 2, an employee of the organization, is recovering well. Positive signs for the country, which has recorded double figures of confirmed cases.
For the 14 persons that are under treatment, now we have 13 persons that are stable and are doing well. 3 are totally asymptomatic now, and we will start their discharge testing shortly.
They're actually doing quite well. As a matter of fact, the early patients looked quite well. They're eating, they're smiling. Of course, there's a tension of this new thing, but they're not incapacitated, right? We have some new cases now. I can't comment on those just yet, but certainly the earlier cases that we had who are still with us, they look like you and me. Most persons will recover. Probably about over 80% of persons will probably have a relatively mild illness. But there are persons that, for whatever reason, who will get a more serious infection. So persons over 60 tend to have a worse outcome, and persons with what we call comorbid factors, so persons who are hypertensive or diabetic or even asthmatic, tend to have a worse outcome. But that doesn't mean that everybody who has that will die.
It cannot be overstated.
COVID-19 is the name that they have finally decided on for the name of the disease. So that's coronavirus disease 19 for 2019. And the name of the virus that is causing that is now named SARS-CoV-2. So it's that new that persons had to deliberate for a while to say, what are we going to call this new virus? And what are we going to call this new disease?
Is it airborne?
In recent times, there are persons who are querying the possibility of airborne, but that would not be the primary method of transmission. It's just that we should now begin to think that it could be airborne.
Just to recap, remember, contracted COVID-19 is not a death sentence. Just call the Ministry of Health and Wellness if you see signs or have symptoms related to the virus. Do not proceed to your private doctor or a health facility.